Hello viewers and welcome to today's quest. We have Shilo Village. I can start this quest by speaking to Mosulray deep in the unexplored jungles of southern Crumja. I am including an insert on the two of the easiest ways to get here, which is Gnome Glider and Fairy Rings, as well as where the general store is, which I will explain in a moment. To start this quest, I need to have completed Jungle Potion and have 20 crafting and 32 agility. The agility level is boostable. If you're an Ironman, you're going to want 4 smithing in order to smith yourself a bronze wire. You must be able to defeat level 86 monster. This is not necessarily true. They range from 68 to 93, and the main boss at somewhere along the lines has 3 forms, is safe spottable, and is weak to Mage. If you are choosing to use Mage as your combat style for this, I highly recommend Crumble Undead, as the majority of things that we are going to be facing are going to be undead monsters. Most of the items for this quest, except for the bones and the bronze wire, can be bought from the general store in Taibo. You are going to need a spade, an unlit torch or candle. You cannot use a lantern or a black candle, and you will lose this item during the quest. A tinderbox, a rope, a bronze wire, or a bronze bar and hammer to smith it yourself, but saves inventory space just bringing the wire. A chisel and 3 regular bones. They have to be normal bones. Recommended to bring some decent armor and a weapon. I am choosing range, even though it's weak to Mage. I need to train my range a little bit. You're going to want to bring some decent food. Whether or not you bring monks or sharks, up to you. We are going to be going through 2 decently long tunnels, and they're going to be full of monsters that are going to try and munch us. But still not as bad as a tunnel for Monkey Madness if you've done that. Also going to be bringing some stamina potions, and I am also bringing my graceful as opposed to range armor because I want a little bit of... There's going to be a decent amount of running around. And to be honest, most things I'm just going to be praying through anyway. You want to bring something for Antipoison. I am bringing Antidote ++ because it gives, I believe this is one that gives a 12-minute resistance to poison, and if your combat is 65 or lower, there are some tribesmen that will poison you. They have a very, very high poison chance. And as much fun as it is being hit with up to 11 per poison tick, no thanks. I'm also bringing some prayer potions to help with against the tunnels for the undead as well as the boss, just in case I don't get him to the safe spotting point. You want to bring some teleports, whether or not you bring Ring of Duelling for quicker access to the glider. I'm bringing an Amulet of Glory because not only does it give me access to the fairy rings, but it also gives me access to the glider if I pop through on the G. If you are choosing to do the glider, you just go to this point right here and hop over the stones and then hop over there. But what I prefer is I used the fairy ring CKR and I just come on down through there. That's the one that I prefer. That's why I'm bringing my Amulet of Glory. If you are choosing to use the fairy rings, don't forget your Dramen staff. And if you want to save some inventory space, you can bring 4 rogue kits, but this requires doing the rogue mini game thing, which I haven't done, so I don't care. Okay, so we're going to start by speaking to Mosulray. You want to choose chat option 1, 1, 1, 4, and 2. So why do I need to run? In the second part, whatever you do, do not say what danger is there around here, or some of these undead ones are going to pop over and start attacking you. So I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Who is she? What can we do? I'll go to see the shaman. Yes, I'm sure, and I'll take the Wumpen Belt to Trapeze. So now I'm going to head over to Trapeze. I have included a map insert if you've forgotten how to get to him. Pretty much all you want to go south and then all the way west past Shilo and just go all the way north. He's in Taibo. He is next to the hardwood tree grove. What you want to do is you want to use the wampum belt on him and choose chat options 2, 2, 1, 3, and 1. Muscle Ray said something about a legend. Do you know anything more about the temple? Tell me more. I'm gonna go search for Rhoon. Yes, I will seriously look for Rhoon, and I'd appreciate your help. Okay, now we need to go find a dude. We're gonna go head east. There is a log mallet, we're gonna go across it. Alternatively to this, a quicker method is to Ring of Dueling, run west to the Gnome Glider, take it over here to Gandius, and then just run west and a little north to where the insert has the circle around it. Once you hit the coast, go a little south until you find the log mallets. Not too far south. And you're going to want to cross this. And then from there, go south until you see some dark earth. Now, if after doing this initial thing you wait too long, the earth mound will cover back up and you just have to dig it back up again. So we're going to use our spade on it. We're going to light this candle and drop it down by using it on the fissure. Yes, I'm quite sure, thank you. Now you want to use your rope on the fissure. Now we're going to clamber down. Now, if you need to boost your agility, this is where you're going to want to do it, and you can continue on. So there you go. Searched it, and you clamber on down. This is where we start encountering monsters, so if your defense isn't that high, you want to start using your protect from melee in certain spots. Now we're going to want to head south till we hit the water a little bit. And now there's a puddle just next to the stream, just a step or two north. There's a stone on the ground near the wall. You want to investigate that. And we need to use our chisel on it to get a plaque. Now we want to go across the way and we want to search a cave-in. There's a good chance you're going to be attacked. Just keep spamming the space button and the 1 button while searching the cave-in, and eventually you will ignore them and get through. This brings you to a new cave. We're going to head on north. Go north through all these ruined buildings until you get out of them, and then just go around the west side of that last building. Now you want to search these loose rocks. Carefully move the rocks to see what's behind them, so choose one. And we get a scroll. Okay, let's give that a read. Follow the passageway southeast until it branches off into 2, and then you want to take the one all the way to the north. Once here, you want to search the gallows. I'd recommend doing this on the north side of the gallows to prevent yourself from being attacked and interrupted. Search the gallows. Choose option number 2. Yes, I may find something else on the corpse. Okay, now that we've gotten that, we want to head back south. And there's a little niche all the way south to the east. We are going to want to search some sacks and read the scroll that we find there. You may want to go on the east side of them to search them and read the scroll so you don't get bothered by the attacking. Okay, now we're going to head back out the way we came. So we're going to go all the way to the northwest until we reach the decrepit buildings, and then we're going to go all the way south. Alternatively, you can teleport out and then just head back to Trefutis, but I am stubborn like that. This method I'm about to do, if you fail it, you will take a little bit of damage, but my agility is decent enough that I probably won't. Choose to wriggle through. You want to go all the way south and then afterwards all the way east to the waterfall. Then you want to right click on either side that you chose and search the waterfall rocks. Now I'm going to choose to get out. And you will end up here. We're going to go across the stepping stones. And then we're going to go all the way north, past the cave, back to the log balance, and we're going to head back to Trefutis. When you get there, you're going to want to use all 4 items that we found on him. So use a stone plaque. Use a tattered scroll. Use the crumpled scroll. Choose chat option 1. Anything can help. And lastly, use the corpse on him. When you speak to him, choose chat option 1 when prompted. So, is there any sacred ground here? Now just west here, here's a tribal statue. And we're going to bury the corpse here. So we're going to use the bone shard on Trefutis. Choose chat option 1 3 times. It appeared when I buried Zatimus' corpse. He said something after he gave it to me. The spirit said something about keys and kin? Now we're gonna head to Cairn Isle. I am including a map insert of where to go, pretty much where you want to go all the way south, just before the wooden bridge that you would normally cross to get to Shilo. There's going to be a little hill you can shimmy up, and that leads to Cairn Isle. Please note that if for this next part you cannot get into the cave, it is because you neglected to read the scrolls. Reading the scrolls is mandatory, not optional. Just south of the fairy rings, you'll see a hut on the hill with some rocks. So we're going to want to clamber up these rocks here. Now you want to turn your run off and then just head over the bridge to the west. I've noticed that I have a higher success rate when I am walking. Now you want to search the well-stacked rocks here on the north side of the isle. You'll need 32 agility for this part as well, so in case you need to boost now. Choose chat option 1. Yes, please, I can think of nothing else. Now you want to head south past the stone section. And there's going to be a dolmen here. You want to search it. You're going to want to use your chisel on the sword pommel. Use your bronze wire on your new bone beads. Now either you can teleport out or you can try to climb up the climbing rocks. If you fail, you will take damage. So now for this part, I'm going to highly recommend to either take the gnome glider back to Gandius, or I'm going to be taking the fairy rings DKP because it looks like it drops me off fairly close. If you take the glider, you just have to run a little bit west and then all the way north. However, if you are taking the fairy rings, you just run a little southeast. The cave in question is just southeast of that lion thing. You'll notice because the entrance to it is different as the palm trees are bright. Now there's a super bright palm tree here. You're going to want to search that. You want to search the carved doors. You want to use your chisel on the bone shard. This is going to make you a key. Equip your beads of the dead. And then use the key on the door. Now you want to leave your beads of the dead on, at least until you get into the boss fight. Here, let me unequip it, and I will show you what happens if you don't. Two things are going to pop up and try to kill you. However, as scary as it sounds, you can always re-equip your beads and just go through the door. Now we're going to head south, and you're going to want to go through the gates. Now here's our second cave that is full of stuff that is going to try and kill us, but on the plus side, our boss is at the end of it. So climb down the rocks. We're going to head west, then south, and then we're going to take the southwest path. We're going to see some doors. Now use 3 regular bones on the doors, making sure not to bury them. Get inside and search the dolmen. At the end of each of this boss's phases, if you click away and cancel the dialogue at the end, you can just search the dolmen again and it'll continue on with the rest of the phases. You want to protect from melee, and I'm going to just start running around the dolmen until I find the spot that gets him stuck. And whether you choose to get him stuck or you choose to pray through it, it's pretty easy. Just kill him, nothing special to do. So you want to take the corpse? Now if you try to leave the same way that you came, dude is gonna attack you. Gonna summon 3 things to attack like you saw him do to me earlier because I didn't have the bone necklace equipped. You can, however, with the bone necklace equipped, use your bone key on the door. However, we're gonna be going back to Cairn Isle, so I'm gonna be using the fairy rings. Either you want to get back to Cairn Isle in a method that you can get back to, or if you can use the fairy rings, you're gonna wanna go back to the fairy ring CKR. If you opt to run through the cave instead of the method that I'm using, Do not attack any of the undead ones, as with the corpse in your inventory, it will temporarily stun you and spawn more. So yeah, that's why I'm just choosing teleporting, because it's easier and safer. So now we need to search the rocks again. So if you need the 43 agility boost, this is where you do now. You want to go back to the dolmen all the way south, and you're going to use the corpse on it. Congratulations, you have completed the Shilo Village quest. You're awarded 2 quest points, 3,875 crafting XP, access to the Shilo Village, which includes the gem rocks. Also now, there's that cart dude by the Brimhaven docks on Crumja. You can pay him a little bit of GP and he will bring you to Shilo Village quickly. He will charge up to 200 GP. I believe it is dependent on your achievement diary progress. Now, if like me, you don't want these items, they can be sold to Yanni Selik in Shilo Village for 2k. To get to Yanni, just use this wooden bridge to the north of where the cart drops you off, and he is the shop just on the other side. You need to use the items on him one by one, and after all is said and done, hey, selling quest stuff for 2k total. It's not too bad, I guess. He will give you 100 GP for the stone plaque, the tattered scroll, the crumpled scroll, and Berverius's notes, as well as the bone key. For 500 GP, he will take the locating crystal off your hands, and if you give him beads of the den, he will give you 1k. And if you want to do the gem rocks, they are right here in the very northwest part of the town. They normally give junk, but sometimes they can give decent stuff. The opal, jade, and red topaz you're going to get lots of. The sapphire, emerald, ruby, and diamond, you're looking at under 10% chance of getting a sapphire, and then under 5% of getting any of the other ones. So I wouldn't call it the best money making method. That's all for this one. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to show your support by giving it a thumbs up or down, depending on whether or not you like the video. And feel free to drop a comment in the section below telling me how I can improve my guides to make them better for you to use, or what you liked about it. And you can always follow my links to the description below to my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and the very rare time that I actually stream on Twitch. So, until the next guide, ciao!